And now at 5 a.m. on Good Day Charlotte, could North Carolina reopen sooner than later? The concerns Governor Cooper says the state is facing as that decision remains up in the air. Plus, the Senate approving more coronavirus aid. What that means for struggling small business as Good Day Charlotte on Fox 46 starts right now.
Good morning. You're watching Fox 46, Good Day Charlotte.
And good morning to you. Welcome in here to Good Day Charlotte, the 5 o'clock hour. I'm Brigida Mack here in studio. Meantime, the rest of the team, Jason, Paige, and Nick, all working from home this week, along with our Chuck Rhodes, who we will hear from in a minute. We appreciate you joining us on this Wednesday. We begin with meteorologist Nick Koser. He is getting results for you when it comes to your forecast. Good morning, Nick.
Hey, good morning, Brigida. Good morning to you watching at home, and good morning to a nice day. We're going to see one of the nicer, if not the nicest days of this week. Yesterday, we had a little bit of rain approaching from the north and the west. Today, none of that. Most of the region, as a matter of fact, is seeing clear skies, and well, those clear skies have led to temperatures in the 40s and 50s. Check out Jefferson there, likely dropping into the 30s here before you know it. They're right at 40, and Boone not too far behind at a 41. Shelby 51, Lincolnton 54. So yeah, temps are going to continue to drop here as we head through the next several hours. But we'll be at 52 at 9 o'clock, at 11:60, and we're going to spend a good chunk of our day in the 60s, building up to, I think, a high of about 71 degrees. And again, less wind, mostly sunny skies. Overall, going to be a very, very pleasant day. Enjoy. Get out. Make sure you and the kids take advantage, because tomorrow there's a chance for some severe thunderstorms. We'll talk more about this in a bit, but you see the area there in the yellow, including Charlotte, could see some noisy weather heading into our Thursday. Full details on that, along with the timing of it, coming up here in just a few moments. For now, Brigida, we'll get it back to you.
Thank you, Nick. New this morning, the Senate passed a stimulus package that will provide additional funding into the PPP. That's the Paycheck Protection Program. This package will give $500 billion toward providing loans for small businesses and more coronavirus testing for hospitals. The bill will now be taken to the House, where members are set to vote on the measure tomorrow. Here at home, North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper has signed an executive order that will allow furloughed workers to be eligible for unemployment benefits. Since last month, the state has paid some $580 million in benefits to 257,000 people. Governor Cooper also announced a budget proposal that will provide funding for more medical supplies, help for small businesses, school nutrition services, and local government assistance. You know, for weeks now, Fox 46 has been committed to keeping you updated with everything surrounding this global health crisis. We are reporting the facts over fear, and this morning we have team coverage on the very latest developments from across the Carolinas. We start with Fox 46's Ann Wyatt Little. She is live in Gaston County this morning. Good morning, Ann Wyatt.
Good morning, Brigida. Gaston County officials want to slowly start to reopen the economy. They're working on plans to do just that. As soon as the statewide order ends on April 29th, I'm in Belmont this morning, and many of these local businesses here on Main Street have had the doors shut for weeks now. And county leaders say right now there are only 20 active cases of COVID-19, and throughout this whole process, they've only had 120 cases countywide, which means they feel people are adhering to the stay-at-home orders and have done exactly what they've wanted to do, and that's to flatten the curve. And while they're still working on plans, Gaston County says the restrictions will be lifted slowly. They are identifying places where people can go back to work while maintaining social distancing guidelines, and the employees can follow proper sanitizing. A task force is working on those plans right now. We caught up with the county commissioner. Here's what he had to say.
Don't know yet what the governor wants to do, but regardless of that, we have our own orders in place, and we have to make a decision and be proactive. So come April the 29th, as long as the data continues to support where we're heading, we plan to open up Gaston County in a safe, incremental way.
And right now they're trying to figure out when county employees will go back to their respective offices and what that rollout will look like. They understand and know that COVID-19 isn't going anywhere, so those restrictions may have to, if there is another outbreak or in some areas, they may have to put those restrictions back in place. Reporting live in Belmont, Ann Wyatt Little, Fox 46, getting results.
Thank you, Ann Wyatt. Meanwhile, a big question many of you have right now is concerning North Carolina's stay-at-home order. When will it be lifted? Governor Roy Cooper hinting at a possible change. Fox 46's Amber Roberts continues our coverage live from Uptown. Good morning, Amber.
Good morning, Brigida. Governor Roy Cooper announcing that there is a plan that is in the works. The announcement of this upcoming plan comes after protesters went to downtown Raleigh demanding and rallying that North Carolina fully reopen as soon as possible. We've seen neighboring states such as South Carolina and Georgia start announcing their plans and also starting to lift some restrictions during this COVID-19 pandemic. For weeks, people have been under a statewide stay-at-home order in North Carolina. Businesses have been closed and people want to know when they can get some of their normalcy back. The governor recently responding.
We will be announcing this week as part of our plan moving forward and our efforts to ease restrictions. We'll be making an announcement regarding the executive orders that are in place and set to expire at the end of the month.
For Governor Roy Cooper, his concern has been the ongoing threat that the virus poses. Some predict that North Carolina hasn't reached its peak yet regarding confirmed coronavirus cases. Cooper wants to make sure that more testing is available and that there's adequate and accessible equipment available to people before he starts the process of fully reopening North Carolina. Live in Charlotte, I'm Amber Roberts, Fox 46, getting results.
The Food and Drug Administration has approved the first at-home coronavirus test, and it's right in our backyard. Our Jamal Goss is live with this part of the COVID-19 pandemic. Good morning, Jamal.
Brigida, good morning. The company LabCorp has created an at-home testing kit for people to check whether they have coronavirus. And this comes as the country faces a national shortage and after Governor Roy Cooper announced more testing is needed in North Carolina. And with a doctor's note, people will be able to buy the at-home testing kit in the coming weeks. The company taking to Twitter, posting this, saying the kits will reduce the need for personal protective equipment used by healthcare workers. They go on to say the kits will be first used or made available to frontline healthcare workers and first responders. The at-home test will be available for order on LabCorp's website. Right now, it's priced at $119 and could be reimbursed by your insurance. It comes with a Q-tip cotton swab that patients can use to collect their sample before shipping it back. The Food and Drug Administration has not officially cleared or approved the kit, but has okayed its use. Meantime, for now, the kits will only be used to test for coronavirus. Reporting live this morning in Charlotte, I'm Jamal Goss, Fox 46, getting results.
Thank you, Jamal. It's 5:09. I want to go back out to my co-anchor, Paige Failing, working from home this morning. And Paige, we're learning more details about a possible treatment for coronavirus.
That's right, Brigida. That's because Fox 46 is committed to bringing you the latest information as far as it goes for a treatment for corona, as you mentioned there. So this is a new one that scientists plan to send. They say it's an existing drug. It's called colchicine. They want to send it to patients within hours of diagnosis. It's a common anti-inflammatory drug right now, used for gout primarily, that could ward off symptoms of COVID-19. Researchers say the drug is inexpensive and that it is already widely available. And this may sound a bit strange, but doctors say that execution drugs could also actually help COVID-19 patients. Listen to this. A group of 7 pharmacists sent a letter to the Corrections Department asking states with the death penalty to release any stockpiles of execution drugs to healthcare facilities. They say that a lot of the medications used to sedate patients, put on ventilators, and treat their pain are really the same drugs used to carry out the death penalty. Doctors stress these drugs could help save hundreds of people. And we're going to bring in Jason Harper this morning now with more on an attempted robbery. Jason.
Yeah, thank you, Paige. Appreciate that. In other news, not COVID-19 related, CMPD is investigating an attempted robbery at a Waffle House. So this happened around 9 o'clock last night on Stetson Drive. Officers say the suspect came into the restaurant with a gun and fired off multiple shots. A short time later, someone arrived at Atrium Health on University with a gunshot wound. That person is expected to be okay. No suspects have been identified at this time. Hundreds of protesters packed Raleigh, demanding North Carolina follow South Carolina's lead and start reopening the state. So demonstrators say, listen, they're worried about the long-term economic impact of this shutdown. Counter-protesters in the medical community argued reopening the state now would undo the process that's been made so far in slowing the spread of the virus.
Our freedoms are being taken away largely because of a virus, that something that we can't see. I'm willing to take that chance. I've lived a good life.
The data is showing that the curve is flattening, and that is because we have social distance, and it's working because we are at home.
Closer to home, peaceful protesters hit the streets of Cornelius to support the reopening of sit-down restaurants and gyms all across the state. They believe if Governor Cooper doesn't reopen the state next month, there will be dire consequences for our economy.
Healthy people can come out. You can go ahead and get tested, whatever is your, prerogative on that to safeguard the public. But don't hold everybody hostage.
The group met at the Exit 28 bridge. The organizer of the protest believes, aside from the political price to pay, there will be more deaths from suicide, heart attacks, and murder than all of the COVID-19 deaths in the state if we prolong social distancing orders. All right, 5:12. Want to send it back to Brigida.
Thank you, Jason. We're always keeping you updated with the morning commute. It's 5:12. As Jason said, we want to check in with our Chuck Rhodes, who has the latest on how our roads are looking. Good morning, Chuck.
Good morning, Brigida. Well, right now, folks, no accidents on the major roads that would alter your ride. Some road work going on, though, around the Conover area. Good people on I-40. I've got eastbound down to one lane right now between exit 128 Fair Grove Church Road and exit 132 NC-16. That's the Conover-Taylorsville exit. Good people scheduled to have that right lane blocked for about another 48 minutes. Right now, I'm just seeing minimal delays, but please use caution in the work zones. And in the next half hour, folks, we're going to talk specifically about safety in the work zone and why it's important this week. Brigida, back to you.
Ahead here on Good Day Charlotte, you all at home continue to get results for those in our community in need, how you can keep the momentum going and put a smile on their faces. Plus, Second Harvest Food Bank struggling big time to meet the high demand in the midst of this pandemic. The one thing organizers say is holding them back the most. It's 5:13. You're watching Good Day Charlotte on this Wednesday. It's dark and early, but make it a good morning if you have to be out and about.